In this video, we're going to talk about the beautiful and beloved peony. From its stunning appearance to its rich history, we're going to cover everything you need to know about this incredible flower. We'll explore where it comes from, how to care for it, and even uncover some of its surprising secrets. Okay, let's dive right in. Now, what's really interesting is how much there is to learn, so we've broken it down for you. We'll start with a profile of the peony itself, then we'll check out where it grows around the world. After that, it's a practical care guide. Then we'll get into its symbolism and wrap up with some seriously cool facts. First up, let's get to know the flower itself. When you think of a peony, you probably picture that huge, gorgeous bloom, right? Well, you're not wrong, but there's so much more to it than that. So yeah, peonies are famous for those big, fragrant flowers and their really distinct, deeply lobed leaves. And the colors, wow, they come in a whole spectrum, from these deep purples and reds to the softest pinks, whites, and even bright sunny yellows. You'll see them show up in late spring and early summer, but here's the thing, you've got to be quick. Their bloom is absolutely spectacular, but it's super brief, usually lasting just about a week to 10 days. But the good news is, once a peony plant gets settled and happy in its spot, it is in it for the long haul. We're talking decades of beautiful blooms. And just how big can they get? Well, that really depends on the type. The one you probably see the most is the herbaceous peony. It grows up to about 90 centimeters and then dies back to the ground every winter. Then you've got the super impressive tree peony. It's more like a shrub, really, with woody stems that can reach up to 180 centimeters tall. And then you have the etoe or intersectional peony. This thing is a game changer. It's a hybrid that gives you these massive, beautiful flowers of a tree peony, but on a tough, easy-to-manage plant like an herbaceous one. It's literally the best of both worlds. So the crucial point is to know which type you have to plan your garden space. But for now, let's zoom out a bit and look at this on a global scale. Where do these amazing flowers actually come from? These flowers aren't just in your local garden. They're native to several continents. They absolutely thrive in temperate and cold regions across Asia, Europe, and even Western North America. Their distribution shows two major hotspots, one clustered around the Mediterranean and another big one in Eastern Asia. Plus, there's some unique species that you can only find in North America. Pretty cool, right? Okay, so we know where they come from, but what if you're thinking of growing your own? Well, here's a quick guide to keeping them happy and healthy. The whole cycle is fascinating. It all kicks off right after the frost season, as the ground starts to warm up. First, you'll see these little reddish shoots just poking out of the soil. Then, as those shoots open up, the leaves unfold and you can spot the tiny flower buds inside. The leaves keep expanding, and the buds just swell up. Seriously, some get as big as a golf ball. And then finally, they burst open into that incredible flower. Now, watering is key, but it's so easy to get it wrong, and this brilliantly illustrates the difference. If you see yellowing leaves, especially down at the bottom of the plant, or the stems are all weak and floppy, you're probably overwatering. On the flip side, if the leaves are wilted and drooping and the soil is all dry and cracked, your plant is definitely thirsty. The goal here is consistent moisture, not a swamp. What about uninvited guests? Yep, peonies have a few common enemies. Aphids are probably the ones you'll see most often. They're these tiny little sap-sucking insects that love to hang out on new growth. But don't panic. A lot of the time you can just get rid of them with a simple spray of water from a hose. Now that we know how to care for them, let's dive into their deeper significance. This is way more than just a pretty plant. It's a flower that's absolutely loaded with meaning and even a few secrets. Across the globe, the peony represents some very different but always powerful ideas. In the West, we usually think of it as a symbol of romance, a happy marriage, and prosperity. But in China, where it's known as the king of flowers, it stands for wealth, honor, and feminine beauty. Head over to Japan, and it actually symbolizes bravery and good fortune. And in Korea, it's all about loyalty and love. Just amazing how one flower can mean so much. But here's a tricky question that comes up a lot. With all this beauty, can you eat them? Well, the answer is, it's complicated. See, the plant has a toxin in it called peony, and it's most concentrated in the roots. If you or your pets eat a lot of it, it can cause some pretty nasty stomach problems. But there's also a tradition of using it. In China, for example, the fallen petals are sometimes cooked and sweetened as a delicacy. And the root is a really important part of traditional Chinese medicine. So the crucial point is, while it's used in some traditions, it's definitely safest for us to just admire them and not, eat them. Okay, finally, let's look at some fun facts that make this flower even more incredible. Here are a few things you might not know about this amazing flower. Number 1, they are incredibly long-lived. A peony can thrive for over 100 years. 2. Those ants you see on the buds, they're actually friends. They eat the nectar and might even protect the flower from other pests, so just leave them be. 3. It's a state symbol. The peony has been the state flower of Indiana since 1957. 4. That Idaho hybrid we talked about? It was a brand new class of peony, first created back in 1948. And finally, number 5, in China, it has total royal status. It's often called the king of flowers. So, from its stunning beauty to its complex cultural history, the peony is truly more than just a pretty flower. It's a symbol of romance, honor, and bravery, a survivor in the garden, and a plant with a story that spans the globe. Alright, that is it for this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, and I'll see you in the next video.